you have to base everything on what we do know. We do know where PLC prices are, where how our county works. We know that crop insurance is expiring. Those are the only things you can go off of. And I was actually had dinner with my father and going over our farm and talking about options and how cheap they are. And I remember a lot of times, but specifically 2 years ago, we were selling weekly option straddles for 15 to 16 cents for 1 week. And you can buy options now that are for a month or 2 months that are half of that. It's just gotten so cheap with so many unknowns that I don't see why you wouldn't be an option trader or an option hedger right now versus locking it in. I just think there's so many good opportunities for what we're all talking about here. Anything could happen and the market's just gone flatline because nobody knows what to do. But I think the options are really mispriced, personally. I think there's a lot of new players in this market and they look at, equities and the bigger picture of what option vol is. And they say, hey, I can buy this option volatility at some low percentage and grains are high. I think there's an arbitrage there and I could be dead wrong. And to be fair, we've just chopped around for a year. Really, it's been kind of low ranges and they've gotten away with trading it that way. But we know what can happen in our markets. And I just think if you're sitting there looking at hedging risk, there's some really cheap ways to do it without having to lock yourself in. The worst thing you can do, in my opinion, is just say, I'm just going to sit on my hands and own a bunch of physical inventory and not do anything. Because I think we have to be open-minded to how low we could go as well as how high we could go.